The car seat wasn't in my car. I stood there in the daycare parking lot, staring at the empty back seat like it might magically materialize if I blinked hard enough. Clara was tugging on my jacket, her little voice asking why we weren't going home yet, and I felt that familiar panic rising in my chest, the kind that comes when you realize someone you trusted has just screwed you over. My name is Sylvia, and I'm 29 years old. I've been a single mom to Clara for almost 3 years now, ever since her father decided that responsibility wasn't his thing. I've learned to handle a lot of curveballs, but this was different. I pulled out my phone and called Naomi. "Hey sis!" Her voice was bright, cheerful, completely oblivious. "What's up? Where's Clara's car seat?" "Oh, that thing? I took it out when I borrowed your car earlier. It was taking up so much space, and I had all these bags from my shopping trip with Karen. You know how it is." I closed my eyes. Counted to 3. "Where did you put it?" I think I left it by the curb, outside Mom and Dad's house. Don't worry, it's probably fine." Probably fine. My daughter's safety equipment was probably fine sitting on a curb somewhere. "Naomi, it's raining. It's been raining all day." "Oh?" A pause. "Well, I'm sure it's waterproof or whatever. Those things are built tough, right?" I hung up. 20 minutes later, I was standing in front of my parents' house, Clara on my hip, staring at her car seat. It was soaked through, the fabric dark with rainwater, the padding visibly saturated. I could see where the water had pooled in the cup holders, where it had seeped into every crevice. "Mommy, why is my chair all wet?" Clara asked. "Because Aunt Naomi thought her shopping bags were more important than keeping you safe," I muttered, then immediately felt guilty. Clara didn't need to hear that. I loaded the dripping seat into my trunk, my hands shaking, not from the cold, but from rage. This wasn't just carelessness. This was Naomi in a nutshell. Take what you want, discard what you don't need, let someone else clean up the mess. My phone buzzed. Mom. "Sylvia, honey, Naomi told me what happened. You're not seriously upset about a little water, are you? It'll dry out." "Mom, this is a car seat. It's not supposed to get soaked. The safety mechanisms could be compromised." "Oh, sweetheart, you're being dramatic. Naomi didn't mean anything by it. She was just excited about her birthday shopping. You know how she gets." I did know how she gets. That was the problem. She should have asked before taking my car. She did ask. She texted you. I checked my messages. Sure enough, there it was. Sent while I was in a meeting. "Borrowing your car. Mine's in the shop. Thanks." Not a question. A statement. "Mom?" She threw Clara's car seat in the rain. "She didn't throw it, Sylvia. She set it aside. There's a difference. And honestly, you're 29 years old. Maybe it's time to stop keeping score of every little thing. Every little thing. Like the time Naomi borrowed my college fund for her European backpacking trip. Like when she slept with my boyfriend in high school, and Mom said I should be more understanding of her needs. Like the countless times she'd taken something of mine, and I was expected to just smile and let it go because that's what good big sisters do. I ended the call and drove home in silence, Clara secured in a borrowed booster seat from the daycare. The ruined car seat sat in my trunk like evidence of something I couldn't quite name yet. At home, I carried it to the garage and set it on the workbench. Water dripped steadily onto the concrete floor. I grabbed some towels and started patting it down, but the damage was done. The foam padding squelched under my touch. The fabric would probably mildew. The whole thing would need to be replaced. That's when I saw it. The gift bag I'd hidden in the trunk weeks ago. The one with the car keys inside, wrapped in silver paper with a bow. The keys to the brand new luxury sedan I'd been planning to surprise Naomi with for her birthday. The car I'd been making payments on for months, working extra shifts to afford, because I thought maybe this time, maybe if I gave her something really special, she'd finally see me as more than just the sister who existed to clean up her messes. I picked up the soggy car seat and stared at it for a long moment. Then I looked at the gift bag. "You'll get exactly what you deserve," I whispered. "You bought her a car?" Martina nearly choked on her latte. "Sylvia, please tell me you're joking." We were sitting in our usual corner booth at the coffee shop, Clara coloring quietly beside us with her new crayons. I'd called Martina that morning, needing someone to talk to who wouldn't immediately take Naomi's side. A luxury sedan. Fully loaded. I've been making payments for 3 months. Jesus Christ. Martina leaned back in her seat. After everything she's done to you, you were going to hand her the keys to a brand new car? I thought maybe if I did something really generous, something that showed how much How much you what? Love her? Sylvia, honey, she threw your daughter's car seat in the rain like it was garbage. What more do you need to see? I stirred my coffee, watching the cream swirl. Mom says I'm being too sensitive. Your mom would say you were being too sensitive if Naomi burned your house down. That woman has been enabling her golden child for so long, she can't see straight anymore. Clara looked up from her coloring. Mommy, can I have a snack? Of course, baby. I handed her the bag of goldfish crackers I always kept in my purse. She went back to her drawing, a picture of our house with 2 stick figures standing in front of it. Just her and me. So what are you going to do? Martina asked. Give her the car anyway? Let her know that treating you like dirt comes with rewards? No. The word came out harder than I expected. I'm done. Done how? I pulled out my phone and showed her the screenshot I'd taken that morning. I called the dealership. The car is technically still in my name until the final paperwork is signed. I can transfer the title to myself instead. Martina's eyes widened. You're keeping it? I'm keeping it. Clara and I need a reliable car more than Naomi needs another toy she'll get bored with in 6 months. What about her birthday? She's expecting something big, right? I thought about the Instagram posts Naomi had been making all week. Pictures of her getting her nails done with captions like, "Birthday week begins," and can't wait to see what surprises are in store. She'd even posted a story yesterday showing off her outfit for the party, with the text, "Dressed to receive blessings." She'll get something, I said. Sylvia. Martina's voice was careful. What are you planning? Before I could answer, my phone buzzed. A text from Naomi. OMG sis, I'm so excited for tomorrow. Karen helped me plan everything, and it's going to be amazing. I have a feeling this is going to be the best birthday ever. I showed Martina the message. She read it and shook her head. She's so sure you're going to come crawling back with some extravagant gift. She's not wrong about the extravagant part. What do you mean? I reached into my purse and pulled out a small gift bag. Pink tissue paper peeked out the top. What's in there? Martina asked. Something she threw away. Martina stared at the bag, then at me. The car seat? A piece of it. The part that got the most water damage. You're going to give her a wet car seat for her birthday? I'm going to give her exactly what she gave me. A reminder of what happens when you treat people's safety like it doesn't matter. Clara held up her drawing. Look, Mommy, it's our house. It's beautiful, sweetheart. I kissed the top of her head, breathing in the scent of her strawberry shampoo. This little girl was everything to me. Her safety, her happiness, her future. That's what mattered. Not winning approval from people who would never give it. Sylvia, Martina said quietly, are you sure about this? Your family is going to lose their minds. They lost their minds a long time ago. They just never noticed because I was too busy trying to keep everyone happy. My phone buzzed again. This time it was Mom. Don't forget to pick up something nice for Naomi's party tomorrow. She's been through so much lately with the job situation and Lonnie being distant. She could really use some cheering up. I stared at the message. Naomi had been going through so much because she'd quit her last job after 2 weeks, claiming her boss was too demanding. And Lonnie was being distant because he'd figured out that dating Naomi meant being her personal ATM. But somehow, I was supposed to be the one to cheer her up. Again. You know what? I said, typing back. I've got the perfect gift. She's going to love it. Martina watched me hit send. This is really happening, isn't it? It's really happening. Good, she said, raising her coffee cup. It's about damn time. The call came at 7 in the morning. Sylvia, we need to talk. Mom's voice had that edge it got when she was about to ask me to do something I didn't want to do. I was making Clara's breakfast, phone wedged between my shoulder and ear. What's up, Mom? It's about Naomi's party tonight. Your father and I think you should host the dinner portion. I nearly dropped the sippy cup I was filling. What? Well, you know how Naomi is about these things. She's expecting something really special, and Karen's already handling the party setup. But we thought a nice family dinner beforehand would be perfect. You're so good at organizing these things. Mom, the party is in 8 hours. I know it's short notice, but Naomi mentioned she'd love to have it at your place. She said it would be more intimate. I set Clara's plate down in front of her, my hands steadier than I felt. When did she mention this? Last night. She called us around 11, just so excited about today. She kept saying how she knew you were going to make this birthday extra special. Of course she did. Mom, I work today. I can't just... Can't you call in? This is your sister's birthday. She's been looking forward to this for weeks. I looked at Clara, who was carefully arranging her scrambled eggs into a smiley face. My daughter who needed new shoes because she'd outgrown her old ones. My daughter whose car seat I'd had to replace because her aunt couldn't be bothered to keep it dry. Fine, I said. I'll handle it. Oh, wonderful. I knew you'd come through. Should we say 6 o'clock? That gives everyone time to get ready after work. 6 is perfect. And Sylvia? Make sure you have something nice for her. You know how disappointed she was with that gift card last year. The gift card had been for $200 to her favorite store. Apparently, that wasn't thoughtful enough. Don't worry, Mom. I've got something very special planned. After I hung up, I called work and used a sick day. Then I called the grocery store and arranged for delivery. If I was hosting this dinner, I was going to do it right. By 5:30, my dining room looked like something out of a magazine. Candles, flowers, Naomi's favorite foods arranged perfectly on my good china. I'd even bought a small cake from the bakery she loved. Clara was in her prettiest dress, hair and pigtails, excited about the party. She didn't understand the undercurrents, just knew that Aunt Naomi was coming over and there would be cake. The doorbell rang at exactly 6. Mom and Dad arrived first, followed immediately by Naomi and Lonnie. Oh my God, Sylvia, Naomi squealed, throwing her arms around me. This is gorgeous. I knew you'd do something amazing. She was wearing a new dress, probably cost more than my monthly grocery budget, and her hair was professionally styled. She looked like she was ready for a red carpet, not a family dinner. Happy birthday, Naomi. I hugged her back, breathing in her expensive perfume. Where's my favorite niece? Naomi scooped Clara up, spinning her around. For a moment, watching them laugh together, I almost felt guilty about what I was planning. Almost. Dinner smells incredible, Dad said, kissing my cheek. You outdid yourself. It's nothing special, just family dinner. Lonnie was already eyeing the wine I'd opened. This is nice. You really went all out. Well, it's not every day my little sister turns 26. We sat down to eat, and for the first hour, everything was normal. Naomi held court, telling stories about her week, her plans for the future, her ideas for redecorating her apartment. Mom and Dad hung on every word. Lonnie nodded along, occasionally adding comments that made Naomi giggle. I served and cleared plates, refilled glasses, made sure everyone had what they needed. The perfect hostess, just like always. So, Naomi said as I brought out the cake, when do I get to see my present? I've been dying to know what you got me. After cake, I said, lighting the candles. We have to do this properly. She clapped her hands together. I love surprises, especially when they're from you. You always know exactly what I need. I do, I agreed. I really do. We sang happy birthday. Naomi made a wish and blew out the candles. Everyone applauded. Okay, okay, she said, bouncing slightly in her chair. Present time. I disappeared into the kitchen and returned with the small pink gift bag. It looked innocent enough, sitting there on the table next to the cake. It's not very big, Naomi said, picking it up. Sometimes the best gifts come in small packages. She reached into the bag and pulled out the tissue paper. Her smile faltered slightly as her fingers touched something damp and rough. What is this? She asked, pulling out the piece of car seat padding I'd wrapped so carefully. The table went silent. That, I said calmly, is what you threw away yesterday. I thought you should have it back. Naomi stared at the soggy piece of foam in her hands like it might bite her. I don't understand, she said slowly. This is from Clara's car seat? The part that absorbed the most rainwater, I said, cutting myself a piece of cake. I thought you might want to keep it as a memento. Mom's fork clattered against her plate. Sylvia, what is this about? It's about Naomi throwing my daughter's safety equipment in the rain like it was trash. I didn't throw it, Naomi's voice pitched higher. I set it aside. There's a difference. On the curb, in a rainstorm. Lonnie shifted uncomfortably in his seat. Maybe we should just... No, Naomi cut him off, her eyes flashing. This is ridiculous. Sylvia, I said I was sorry about the car seat. It was an accident. When did you say you were sorry? She opened her mouth, then closed it. I meant to. You meant to. I took a bite of cake. Just like you meant to ask before taking my car instead of just texting me that you were borrowing it. Girls, please, Dad said. It's Naomi's birthday. Can't we just what, Dad? Pretend it didn't happen? Pretend that my daughter's safety doesn't matter as long as Naomi gets what she wants? That's not fair, Mom said. Naomi didn't mean any harm. She never means any harm. That's the problem. Naomi stood up abruptly, the wet foam falling to the floor. You know what? I don't have to sit here and listen to this. It's my birthday, and you're ruining it over a stupid car seat that probably cost $50. $230, I said quietly. Plus installation. Whatever. I'll pay you back. With what money? You quit your job 2 weeks ago. I didn't quit. You walked out because your boss asked you to work a full 8-hour shift. Lonnie cleared his throat. Naomi, maybe we should head to the party. Karen's probably wondering where we are. Yes, Mom said quickly. Let's go to the party. We can sort this out later. There's nothing to sort out, I said, standing up. I gave Naomi exactly what she deserved. A piece of trash. Just like what she gave me. Sylvia, Dad's voice was sharp. That's enough. Is it? Because I've been quiet for 29 years, and look where it's gotten me. My sister treats me like a doormat, and you all act like that's normal. Naomi's face was red now, tears starting to form. I don't treat you like a doormat. You took my car without asking. You threw my daughter's car seat in the rain. You expected me to host your birthday dinner with 8 hours' notice, and you assumed I'd have some expensive gift waiting for you because that's what I always do. Because you're my sister. Sisters are supposed to take care of each other. You're right. They are. So when was the last time you took care of me? The room went silent except for Clara, who was quietly playing with her napkin, oblivious to the tension. I do things for you, Naomi stammered. Name one. I babysit Clara sometimes. You watched her for 2 hours last month while I went to the dentist, and you complained the entire time about how she was too clingy. That's not... You borrowed my car and returned it on empty. You ate the last of Clara's goldfish crackers and didn't replace them. You used my Netflix password and changed all the profiles to your shows. Those are little things. So was the car seat, according to you. Mom stood up, her chair scraping against the floor. Sylvia, I think you need to calm down. I am calm, Mom. For the first time in years, I'm perfectly calm. This isn't like you. You're right. The old me would have apologized by now. The old me would have run out and bought her a replacement gift. The old me would have pretended this never happened. So what's different now? Naomi asked, wiping her eyes. I looked at Clara, who had abandoned her napkin and was now drawing on the tablecloth with her finger. My beautiful, innocent daughter, who deserved better than watching her mother get walked all over. I realized that some people will only respect you if you make them. What's that supposed to mean? I smiled and it felt strange on my face. It means happy birthday, Naomi. I hope you enjoyed your gift. This is insane, Lonnie muttered. Come on, babe. Let's get out of here. Yes, Mom said, gathering her purse. Let's go to the real party. Maybe Sylvia will come to her senses and join us later. I won't, I said simply. They filed out one by one, Naomi shooting me wounded looks over her shoulder. Dad paused at the door. Sylvia, honey, I know you're upset, but I'm not upset, Dad. I'm done. After they left, I cleaned up the dinner dishes while Clara played in the living room. The piece of wet car seat foam sat on my dining room table like evidence of something I couldn't take back. And I didn't want to. My phone started buzzing at 9:30. First, it was Karen. Girl, where are you? Naomi's been crying for an hour. Then Lonnie. You really messed up tonight. She's devastated. Then Mom. Sylvia, you need to get down here and apologize. Right now. I turned my phone to silent and kept reading Clara her bedtime story. And the little bunny found his way home, I finished, closing the book. Mommy, why was everyone yelling at dinner? Sometimes grown-ups disagree about things, baby. But it's okay. We're okay. She nodded sleepily and curled up with her stuffed elephant. I love you, Mommy. I love you too, sweetheart. After Clara fell asleep, I sat in my living room with a cup of tea, watching my phone light up with increasingly frantic messages. Around 11, the doorbell rang. I opened it to find Naomi standing there, mascara streaked down her cheeks, still in her party dress. How could you do this to me? She said, pushing past me into the house. In front of everyone? Keep your voice down. Clara's sleeping. I don't care about Clara right now. I care about the fact that you humiliated me at my own birthday party. I gave you a gift. You didn't like it. A piece of garbage. You gave me literal garbage. I gave you exactly what you gave me. She whirled around, her eyes wild. I made a mistake. I said I was sorry. No, you didn't. You said you meant to say sorry. There's a difference. Fine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the stupid car seat. Are you happy now? It's too late for that. What do you mean it's too late? I'm apologizing. You're apologizing because you got embarrassed in front of your friends. Not because you actually feel bad about what you did. She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. I don't understand what's happening to you. This isn't who you are. You're right. The person I was would have already forgiven you. She would have bought you a replacement gift and begged you to let her make it up to you. So do that. We can fix this. I don't want to fix it. What? I don't want to fix it, Naomi. I'm tired of fixing things. I'm tired of being the one who always has to make everything okay. She sank onto my couch, fresh tears starting. But we're sisters. Are we? Because sisters don't treat each other the way you treat me. I don't treat you badly. You took my car without asking. You threw my daughter's car seat in the rain. You expected me to host your birthday dinner with no notice. You assumed I'd have an expensive gift waiting because that's what I always do. Because you love me. I do love you. But I don't like you very much right now. She flinched like I'd slapped her. That's a horrible thing to say. It's an honest thing to say. Mom said you were having some kind of breakdown. Mom would say that. It's easier than admitting she raised one daughter to be selfish and the other to enable it. You can't blame Mom for... I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just done pretending that this is normal. Naomi wiped her nose with the back of her hand. So what now? You're just going to cut me out of your life? I'm going to stop letting you walk all over me. I don't walk all over you. Naomi, you borrowed my car and returned it on empty. You ate Clara's snacks and didn't replace them. You used my Netflix and changed all the settings. You quit your job and expect Dad to pay your rent. You... Stop! She stood up, her hands over her ears. Just stop. You asked what now? Now you figure out how to be a sister instead of a parasite. I'm not a parasite. Then prove it. She stared at me for a long moment, her chest heaving. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm not doing anything to you. I'm just not doing everything for you anymore. This is about the car, isn't it? What car? The car you were going to give me. I know you bought me something big. Everyone knows. I felt something cold settle in my stomach. Who told you that? Lonnie heard you talking to someone at the dealership last month. He said you were asking about luxury sedans. And you just assumed it was for you? Well, yeah. It's my birthday. And what? You always try to make up for things with expensive gifts. Make up for what? She looked uncomfortable. You know, for being difficult. Difficult. You know what I mean? No, I don't. Explain it to me. You're so serious all the time. And you hold grudges. And you make everything about Clara. Everything about Clara? She's my daughter. I know, but you act like she's the only thing that matters. She is the only thing that matters. To me. What about family? What about it? We're supposed to stick together. We are. That's why I'm not giving you the car. Her face went white. What? The car I bought. I'm keeping it. Clara and I need reliable transportation more than you need another toy. You can't do that? I can. I did. But it's my birthday. And this is my life. She stood there for a moment, opening and closing her mouth like a fish. Then she turned and walked to the door. You're going to regret this, she said, without turning around. I don't think I will. After she left, I locked the door and went to the window. I could see her standing by her car in my driveway, talking frantically on her phone. Probably calling Mom. I didn't care. For the first time in years, I felt free. I woke up to 17 missed calls. Mom had called 6 times, Dad twice, Naomi 9 times. I made coffee and listened to the voicemails while Clara ate her cereal. Sylvia, this is your mother. I don't know what's gotten into you, but you need to call me immediately. Honey, it's Dad. Your mom is really upset. Can you please just call us back? Sylvia, it's me again. Naomi told us about the car. How could you be so cruel? I deleted them all and called the dealership instead. Hi, this is Sylvia. I need to schedule pickup for the vehicle I purchased last month. Of course. The luxury sedan? We have it detailed and ready. When would you like to come in? This afternoon, if possible. Perfect. We'll have everything ready for you. Clara looked up from her cereal. Mommy, are we getting a new car? We are, baby. A really nice one. Can I pick the color? It's already silver, but you can help me pick out new seat covers. She clapped her hands. Can they have butterflies? If that's what you want. My phone rang. Martina, girl, please tell me you saw the video. What video? Karen posted it on Instagram. Someone recorded your gift presentation last night. It's everywhere. I put the phone on speaker and opened Instagram. Sure enough, there it was. A shaky video of me handing Naomi the wet car seat foam. The caption read, "When keeping it real goes wrong. Or family drama. Birthday fail." The comments were brutal. Yikes, what did the birthday girl do to deserve this? There's definitely more to this story. That's cold, but I'm here for it. Someone's been holding that grudge for a while. Okay, but why is everyone just sitting there? Say something. Martina, how many views does this have? Last I checked, 12,000. And climbing? Jesus. There's more. Someone screen recorded it and posted it on TikTok. That one has 40,000 views. Clara finished her cereal and ran to play in the living room. I watched her go, my chest tight. Sylvia? You still there? Yeah, I'm here. How are you feeling about all this? Honestly, I don't know. Part of me feels vindicated. Part of me feels like I just blew up my entire family. Maybe your family needed blowing up. Maybe. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Saw the video. Good for you. Some people need to learn the hard way. A fellow big sister. Then another. Girl, I don't know the whole story, but that was savage. Respect. And another. Your sister sounds like a nightmare. You did the right thing. Martina, I'm getting texts from strangers. The video's going viral. People are taking sides. What sides? Team Sylvia versus Team Naomi. Though honestly, most people seem to be Team Sylvia once they hear about the car seat thing. My doorbell rang. Through the window, I could see Mom's car in the driveway. I have to go. My parents are here. Good luck. Call me later. I opened the door to find both my parents standing there, looking like they'd aged 10 years overnight. We need to talk, Mom said, pushing past me. Clara, go play in your room for a few minutes, I said. She nodded and skipped away. Sylvia, what have you done? Mom's voice was shaking. I gave Naomi a birthday gift. You humiliated her, in front of everyone. She humiliated herself when she threw my daughter's car seat in the rain. Dad sat heavily on my couch. The whole town is talking about it. My secretary showed me the video this morning. Good. Maybe now people will see what I've been dealing with. What you've been dealing with? Mom's voice pitched higher. Naomi is devastated. She's been crying all night. Where is she now? At home. She won't come out of her room. And Lonnie? Mom and Dad exchanged a look. What? I asked. He broke up with her, Dad said quietly. This morning? He said he couldn't handle the drama, Mom added. That this whole thing made him see her differently. I felt a flicker of something that might have been guilt. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you? Because you don't sound sorry. I'm sorry she's hurt. I'm not sorry that her boyfriend finally saw who she really is. Who she really is? She's your sister. She's a 26-year-old woman who throws tantrums when she doesn't get her way. She made a mistake with the car seat. She made a choice. There's a difference. Mom started crying. I don't understand what happened to you. You used to be so sweet. I used to be a doormat. You were kind. I was scared. Scared that if I stood up for myself, you'd love me even less than you already do. We don't love you less. Mom, when was the last time you called me just to see how I was doing? When was the last time you asked about Clara's milestones, or my job, or anything about my life that wasn't related to what I could do for Naomi? She opened her mouth, then closed it. That's what I thought. Dad cleared his throat. What do you want from us, Sylvia? I want you to stop expecting me to fix everything. I want you to hold Naomi accountable for her actions, and I want you to treat me like I matter. You do matter. Then prove it. 3 days later, I was buckling Clara into her new car seat in my new car when my phone rang. Dad. Sylvia, I owe you an apology. I paused, my hand on the car door. What? I said I owe you an apology. Can we talk? I'm listening. Not over the phone. Can I come over? Dad, if Mom sent you to... She didn't. She doesn't even know I'm calling. An hour later, Dad sat at my kitchen table while Clara played with blocks nearby. He looked tired, older somehow. I've been thinking about what you said, about us not treating you like you matter. And? You're right. I set down my coffee cup. I'm sorry. What? You're right, Sylvia. We've been unfair to you. For years. Dad, let me finish. When you got pregnant with Clara, your mother and I were disappointed. Not because we didn't want a grandchild, but because we thought you were throwing your life away. I know. But you didn't throw it away. You built something beautiful. You became this incredible mother, and you did it all on your own. And instead of being proud of you, we kept waiting for you to mess up. I felt tears prick my eyes. Why? Because it was easier than admitting we were wrong. Easier than seeing that our responsible daughter was actually the one who had her life together. What about Naomi? He sighed. We enabled her. I see that now. Every time she made a mistake, we fixed it. Every time she hurt someone, we made excuses. We turned her into someone who thinks the world owes her everything. She's not a bad person, Dad. No. But she's become a selfish one. And that's on us. Clara looked up from her blocks. Grandpa, want to see my tower? I'd love to, sweetheart. She showed him her creation, chattering about each block. Dad listened with genuine interest, asking questions and praising her work. When was the last time he'd done that? There's something else, he said, after Clara went back to playing. Naomi's been telling people you stole her birthday present. What? She's saying you bought her a car and then kept it out of spite. That's not what happened. I know, but she's got half the family believing it. And the other half? Saw the video. They're asking questions. My phone buzzed. A text from my cousin Jessica. Saw what happened at Naomi's party. About time someone called her out. She's been awful to you for years. Then another from my Aunt Linda. Your mother is telling everyone you had a breakdown, but I know better. Good for you, honey. Dad, what's Mom saying exactly? That you've been under too much stress. That single motherhood has made you unstable. That you're jealous of Naomi's youth and freedom. And you believe that? I believed it for about 12 hours. Then I started really thinking about the last few years. About how many times you've bailed Naomi out. How many times you've swallowed your pride to keep the peace. It wasn't working anymore. No, it wasn't. And I'm sorry it took me so long to see it. My phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Sylvia? The one from the video? Who is this? My name is Rebecca. I run a small event planning company downtown. I saw what happened at your sister's party, and I wanted to reach out. Okay. I had to fire someone last week. Someone who sounds a lot like your sister, actually. She was supposed to plan a client's anniversary party, but she spent the budget on decorations for her own apartment and then tried to blame it on a miscommunication. I looked at Dad, who was watching Clara build another tower. I'm sorry, but why are you calling me? Because I need someone reliable. Someone who can handle details and follow through. Your dinner party looked beautiful, even under the circumstances. Are you interested in some freelance work? After I hung up, Dad raised an eyebrow. Job offer? Event planning. Apparently my breakdown looked professional. Maybe it's time people saw what you're really capable of. That evening, after Dad left, I was giving Clara a bath when my phone buzzed with a text from Naomi. I know you're reading this. Everyone thinks you're some kind of hero now, but I know the truth. You're just bitter and jealous, and you can't stand that people love me more than you. I deleted it without responding. Then another. Lonnie came back. He said he was wrong to break up with me. We're getting back together and he's going to propose soon. Just thought you should know. I turned my phone face down and focused on Clara, who was making a beard out of bubbles. Mommy, look, I'm Santa. You're the prettiest Santa I've ever seen. Will you tell me the bunny story again tonight? Of course, baby. Later, after Clara was asleep, I sat in my new car in the driveway. The leather seats still smelled new. The dashboard gleamed. This was mine. I'd earned it. My phone buzzed one more time. A text from Dad. Forgot to mention, there's a package on your doorstep. Thought Clara might like it. I found a box with a new car seat inside. Top of the line, with a note. For my granddaughter. She deserves the best. Love, Grandpa. For the first time in days, I smiled. The barbecue was Martina's idea. You need to celebrate, she said, flipping burgers on her back deck, while Clara and her kids played in the sprinkler. New car, new job, new backbone. That calls for a party. It's not really new, I said, adjusting the umbrella over our table. I just finally found it. Same thing. I'd been doing event planning for 3 weeks now, and word was spreading fast. Rebecca had referred me to 2 other clients, and I had a wedding consultation scheduled for next week. Turns out, years of managing family drama had given me excellent organizational skills. Sylvia, Clara ran over, dripping wet and grinning. Can we have cake now? After lunch, baby. But I'm hungry for cake. Food first, then dessert. That's the rule. She pouted for exactly 3 seconds before running back to the sprinkler. She's got your stubborn streak, Martina said. Good. She'll need it. My phone buzzed. A text from Mom. Your father told me about the job. Congratulations. Just that. No apology. No acknowledgement of what had happened. But it was something. Mom? I asked. Yep. Progress, I guess. What about Naomi? Radio silence. Though I heard through the grapevine that Lonnie didn't actually come back. She made that up. I figured. And Karen dropped her as a friend. Apparently the video thing was the last straw. I watched Clara chase Martina's youngest around the yard, both of them shrieking with laughter. She looked happy, carefree. That's all I'd ever wanted for her. Do you think I was too harsh? I asked. Do you? Sometimes. Then I remember her throwing the car seat in the rain, and I think maybe I wasn't harsh enough. You did what you had to do. A car pulled up in Martina's driveway. I recognized it immediately. Dad's old pickup truck. Did you invite him? I asked. He called this morning. Asked if he could stop by. I said yes. Dad walked around to the backyard carrying a cooler and looking nervous. Hope I'm not intruding, he said. Never, Martina said. What's in the cooler? Ice cream. Thought the kids might like it. Clara spotted him and ran over, still dripping. Grandpa, did you bring the good ice cream? The very best, he said, scooping her up despite her wet clothes. How's my favorite granddaughter? I'm your only granddaughter. That's what makes you the favorite. She giggled and wiggled down to rejoin the other kids. How are you doing, sweetheart? Dad asked me. Good. Really good. I'm glad. You deserve to be happy. Dad, about what happened. You don't need to explain anything to me. I should have stood up for you years ago. What about Mom? He sighed. She's struggling. She knows she was wrong, but admitting it means facing some hard truths about how we raised you girls. And Naomi? She's having a rough time. Lost another job last week. The video thing really hurt her reputation. I felt that familiar tug of guilt, the urge to fix things. But I pushed it down. She'll figure it out, I said. She has to. Yes, she does. We ate lunch in comfortable chaos. Kids running around, adults talking over each other. Normal family stuff, the kind I'd always wanted. As we were cleaning up, a woman approached from the neighboring yard. Excuse me, are you Sylvia? The event planner? I am. I'm Jennifer. I live next door. I saw your car in the driveway. It's gorgeous, by the way. And Martina mentioned you might be able to help with my daughter's graduation party. I'd be happy to discuss it. Wonderful. Here's my card. The party's in 2 weeks, and I'm completely overwhelmed. After she left, Martina grinned at me. Look at you, getting clients at barbecues. It's surreal. It's what happens when you stop hiding your light under a bushel. Dad was helping Clara into her new car seat when I walked him to his truck. This is a beautiful car, he said. You should be proud. I am. And Clara's car seat is perfect. Safe and secure. The way it should be. He hugged me, and for the first time in years, it felt genuine. I love you, Sylvia. I should have said that more often. I love you too, Dad. As I drove home, Clara fell asleep in her perfect car seat in our perfect car. At a red light, I caught my reflection in the rearview mirror. I looked different somehow. Lighter. My phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Saw your story online. My sister treats me the same way. Thank you for showing me it's okay to stand up for myself. I smiled and put the phone away. Some people throw things away because they think they're worthless. Others know exactly what they're doing, and that's what makes karma so precise. The light turned green, and we drove home.